The top 5 trades in 2026 are making over $100,000 a year. Some even $250,000. And here's what most people have completely backwards. They think blue collar work is beneath them, right? Like the only path to wealth is a college degree, a white collar job, and climbing some corporate ladder. Meanwhile, skilled tradespeople are out here making six figures while everybody else is drowning in student loan debt and complaining about their boss. I'm talking $100,000 to $250,000 a year doing real work that actually matters. But before we dive in, here's the thing. The most valuable skill you can develop isn't learning how to do the work, right? No, it's learning how to generate customers for small business owners. That's the digital leasing model I teach in the free training below. I'm making over $41,000 a month with this, and thousands of my students are using it to create financial freedom for themselves. Some at $2,000 a month. Some are at $6,000 a month. Some scaling completely past that. The training is completely free, guys, and the link is down in the description. Now look, these 5 trades I'm about to break down, they're legit. The money is real. The demand is through the roof because the average tradesperson in America is 56 years old, which means millions of skilled workers are retiring over the next decade and nobody's replacing them. Society spent 30 years telling kids college was the only path. So now we've got a massive shortage of electricians, plumbers, HVAC techs, welders, guys, and the market is rewarding that shortage with serious cash. So let me walk you through the top 5. Trade number 5, welding. This one surprises people, but it shouldn't really. The average welder, guys, makes $45,000 to $65,000 a year, but specialized welders like, underwater welders, pipeline welders, and aerospace welders, guys, are making $60,000 to $150,000 a year, sometimes even more. And here's why welding is such a strong play right now. The infrastructure, right? The U.S. is rebuilding bridges. They're rebuilding highways and pipelines. Manufacturing is coming back. And energy projects on both the oil and renewable side need skilled welders, right? And just like the other trades, guys, there aren't enough people doing it. So the demand is high and the pay reflects that, right? And if you're willing to travel, guys, if you're willing to work in industrial settings or on a major projects, you can make some serious money. Some pipeline welders working on major projects, guys, are clearing $200,000 plus because they're willing to go where that work is, right? Trade number 4, HVAC technician. Heating, ventilation, right? Air conditioning. Like people need these things year round. In the winter, they'll heat. And in the summer, they need AC, right? And when their systems break, they're calling somebody right now. Not tomorrow, but right now. And the average HVAC tech makes $55,000 to $75,000 a year. But experienced techs with their own business are pulling it $100,000 to $150,000, sometimes more than that. But you know why? Because most HVAC companies, guys, are booked out weeks in advance right now. There aren't enough techs to handle all the demand. So if you can show up, if you can diagnose the problem and fix it, you're instantly valuable to these companies. And here's the kicker. Everything's going high tech now, right? With app controlled systems and smart home integration. So the more that you know about modern HVAC tech, the more that you can charge, right? Trade number 3, heavy equipment operator. Most people never even think about this one, but it's one of the highest paying blue collar jobs that you could ever get. Heavy equipment operators run bulldozers, right? Excavators, cranes, and other big machinery on construction sites, right? Like mining operations and infrastructure projects. The average operators, guys, make $55,000 to $75,000 a year, but experienced operators, they're clearing $90,000 to $130,000 a year, sometimes more, depending on the project size. And here's the thing. You don't need a 4-year degree to do this, and you don't need years of experience to get started. You can get certified through a trade school or apprenticeship program in a matter of months. And once you're certified, you're in demand. Construction companies are desperate for skilled operators. Mining companies are hiring right now. And infrastructure projects need people who can operate heavy machinery safely and efficiently, right? And if you're willing to work union jobs or, government contracts, the pay goes even higher. Trade number 2, plumber. But let me ask you something first. What happens when your toilet backs up? Or when your water heater explodes? Or you got a pipe leaking behind a wall, right? You call the plumber and you pay whatever they charge because you need it fixed right now. So the average plumber makes $60,000 to $80,000 a year, but plumbers who specialize, who run their own businesses, who do commercial work, they're making $120,000 to $200,000 a year. And just like the other trades, there's a massive shortage because plumbers are retiring faster than the new ones are entering the field, right? Which means if you get licensed and build a reputation, you can write your own ticket. And here's something most people don't think about. Plumbing isn't just fixing leaky faucets or toilets, right? No, it's gas lines, it's water treatment systems, it's backflow prevention, commercial kitchen installations, right? The scope of work is massive. Trade number 1, electrician. The average electrician makes between $60,000 to $90,000 a year. Master electricians, though, the ones with experience in their own business, they're clearing $120,000 to $200,000 a year. And it's not just residential work either. Commercial electricians and industrial electricians are making even more than that. But you want to know why? Because everything runs on electricity, right? Your homes, businesses, factories, data centers, hell, your electric cars, right? I mean, everything runs on electricity. The demand isn't slowing down, guys. It's accelerating. And here's the best part. You can get started with a paid apprenticeship, right? You're literally getting paid to learn the trade with no student loans and no debt, right? Beats the shit out of college, but it gives you just the real skills that translate into real money, right? And as the technology evolves with smart thermostats, zone systems, right? Solar installations, the pay then just keeps going up for people who know what they're doing. Now, let me break down why these trades are such a strong move in 2026 and beyond. First off, there's no college debt, right? You're not starting your career at 80,000 in the hole. You're getting paid, guys, to learn through apprenticeships and earning real money from day one. Now, second, the demand is increasing, right? As all the old tradespeople retire, the shortage gets worse, which means more leverage for you, right? More job security for you, more bargaining power for you. The third thing is, and this is huge, guys, you can't outsource this work, right? You can't send plumbing jobs to another country. You can't replace an electrician with a computer program, right? These are real skills that require real people, and that's not changing. Fourth, you control your earning potential. Once you get experience and build a reputation for yourself, you can start your own business and you set your own rates. So you choose your clients, right? You're not capped by some corporate salary structure. And fifth, these skills transfer, right? You can work anywhere in the country. You can pivot to different specialties within your trade. You're never locked into a narrow path. Let me save you some time and frustration. Here are the top mistakes people make when they're considering the trades. Mistake number 1, thinking the work is beneath them, right? Look, if you think working with your hands is somehow less than sitting in a cubicle, you're going to miss out on a ton of opportunity here. Pride is expensive and it keeps people broke. Mistake number 2, not getting properly trained. You can't just watch a YouTube video and call yourself a plumber. You need real training, real certifications, and real experience. Take the apprenticeship seriously, guys. Learn the craft and build the skill. Mistake number 3, not thinking long term. Most people just want a paycheck, but the real money in the trades comes from building your own business. Once you have the experience and the license, you can go out on your own. That's where 6 figures turns into multiple 6 figures, right? Mistake number 4, not specializing, guys. General contractors make decent money, but specialists, they make great money. If you're an electrician specializing in solar installations, or if you're a welder specializing in underwater welding aerospace, right? If you're a plumber specializing in commercial work, because the more specialized you are, the more you can charge. And mistake number 5, not networking, because your network is your net worth. In the trades, guys, relationships matter. Get to know other contractors, suppliers, project managers, and foremans, right? Those relationships turn into referrals, which turn into more work and more money for you. Here's how this actually works. You start as an apprentice making 30 to 40,000 a year while you learn. Then you get your journeyman license and now you're making 60 to 80,000 a year. You get your master's license or specialized certifications and now you're making 80 to 100,000 working for somebody else. Then you start your own business. You're no longer trading hours for dollars. You're bidding jobs. You're hiring help, right? And you're scaling your business. Now you're making 120 to 200,000 plus per year. That's the pathway. It's not complicated, but it does require commitment. You have to be willing to put in the work, right? Learn the craft and build the reputation. Look, let me be real with you about blue collar work. It's not glamorous and it's hard. Your hands, right, get dirty. And your body, guys, get tired, right? But you know what? You're building real skills that translate into real money, solving real problems that people actually need solved. And you're not starting life buried under a mountain of debt from college. I grew up in a blue-collar family. I learned early that hard work isn't beneath anyone. It's what builds character, right? And I've leveraged that work ethic my entire life. Whether it's closing sales, right? Standing on the stage or building businesses, I'm not above the work. I'm made for the work. And so are you, right? To achieve what others won't, you have to do what others don't. Now, if you want to take those blue collar skills and turn them into something even bigger, if you want to own the asset instead of just working for somebody else, then check out the free training in the description below. I'll show you how to build digital assets that generate customers for businesses and how to lease those assets for monthly income. It's how I'm making over $41,000 a month, and my students are building real freedom with this exact model, right? The training is free. The link's down in the description. So let's go build something that lasts.